Before supermodels, there was Margaux Hemingway. With her striking name, impressive height, and captivating features, she appeared destined for stardom. Yet, her life was overshadowed by a dark legacy. As the granddaughter of the tumultuous writer Ernest Hemingway, Margaux inherited not only a famous surname, but also the burdens that came with it. The so-called Hemingway curse loomed large over her family, manifesting in a series of personal tragedies and struggles. Margaux faced immense pressure to live up to her family's legacy while battling her own demons, including substance abuse and mental health issues. Despite her talent and beauty, she often felt trapped by the expectations placed upon her. The tragic irony lies in her pursuit of happiness and success, which ultimately led to her untimely demise. In many ways, her story reflects the complexities of fame, family, and the relentless grip of inherited pain, marking her end as a poignant chapter in American tragedy. Born Margaux Louise Hemingway on February 16, 1954, in Portland, Oregon, she came into the world with an impressive lineage. As the granddaughter of the famed writer Ernest Hemingway, she was surrounded by a legacy of literary greatness. This connection to her grandfather's influential work would shape her identity and aspirations. Growing up in a family that valued creativity and expression, she was naturally drawn to the arts. Standing tall at 6'1", Margaux possessed striking physical attributes that set her apart. Her mesmerizing blue eyes captured the attention of many, contributing to her allure and presence in the entertainment industry. With her height and beauty, she was often seen as destined for fame. Margaux Hemingway's early life was marked by the weight of her family name, but it also provided her with unique opportunities to carve out her own path in the world of acting and modeling. The blend of her heritage and her physical attributes made her a captivating figure in Hollywood, where she sought to establish her own legacy. Despite appearing to be a perfect family, Margaux Hemingway's upbringing was marked by deep dysfunction. Her parents' troubled relationship created a tense environment that was far from ideal. The shadow of her grandfather, the famous writer Ernest Hemingway, loomed large over the family. His tragic suicide in 1961 left an indelible mark on Margaux and her relatives, deepening the emotional wounds that already existed within the family. This loss compounded the struggles that Margaux faced as she navigated her youth. In search of relief from her family's turmoil, Margaux turned to partying and alcohol at a young age. This early rebellion was a way for her to escape the pain and chaos that surrounded her. The allure of nightlife and the temporary solace found in drinks became a coping mechanism, drawing her further away from the family issues that plagued her. Margaux's life became a reflection of her inner conflicts as she sought to break free from the expectations and disappointments that came with her lineage. The combination of family strife and personal rebellion shaped her journey in profound ways, leaving lasting effects that would follow her throughout her life. Dealing with significant psychological struggles, Margaux Hemingway faced depression, bulimia, and epilepsy before she turned 20. These challenges marked her early life and shaped her journey in ways that would follow her throughout her career. In pursuit of a fresh start, she moved to New York City, where she quickly rose to prominence as a top model in the 1970s. Her striking features and unique style led her to grace the covers of prestigious magazines like Vogue and Elle, solidifying her status in the fashion industry. However, her personal life was complicated by a controlling relationship with Errol Whetson. Whetson not only became her husband but also took on the role of her manager. This dynamic often blurred the lines between personal and professional, leading to a tumultuous partnership that affected her mental health. Despite her success in modeling, the pressures of her relationship and her ongoing struggles created a complex narrative of triumph and adversity in her life. In 1975, Margaux Hemingway married Whetson, but their relationship faced challenges that led to a divorce in 1978. The controlling behavior exhibited by Whetson contributed to the strain in their marriage, ultimately pushing Margaux to seek independence. Despite the personal turmoil, Margaux achieved international stardom, captivating audiences with her beauty and talent. However, the fashion industry is notorious for its high standards and relentless pressure, which took a toll on her mental health. The constant scrutiny and expectations led Margaux to struggle with eating disorders, deeply affecting her self-esteem. The glamorous lifestyle that came with her success often felt like a double-edged sword, as the pressure to maintain a certain image became overwhelming. Throughout her career, she battled with these inner demons, fighting against the industry's harsh realities while trying to find her place in a world that often felt unforgiving. Debuted in the film Lipstick in 1976, Margaux Hemingway stepped into the spotlight with a performance that garnered mixed reviews. This film marked the beginning of her acting career, but it also set the stage for a complicated relationship with her younger sister, Mariel Hemingway. Their rivalry was not just a matter of sibling competition. It deeply affected their bond and created tension within the family. As both sisters pursued their dreams in Hollywood, the pressure of comparisons and expectations loomed large over them. Margaux's personal life took a significant turn when she married Venezuelan director Bernard Fuchs. This marriage led her to move to Paris, where she sought to find new opportunities and a fresh start. However, despite the change in scenery, Margaux faced ongoing personal struggles that often overshadowed her professional aspirations. The challenges she encountered in her personal life were difficult to navigate, and they added complexity to her journey as an actress. The combination of her acting aspirations, the rivalry with her sister, and her second marriage created a rich tapestry of experiences that defined Margaux Hemingway's life. Struggling with alcohol and drug addiction, Margaux Hemingway faced significant challenges throughout her life, which were heightened by the pressures of her family background. The tragic suicide of her half-sister, Joan Hemingway, in 1984 left a deep emotional scar on Margaux. This loss intensified her battles with substance abuse, as she sought ways to cope with the pain. In the 1980s, Margaux pursued a career in acting, hoping to carve out a niche for herself in Hollywood. However, her efforts met with limited success, and she often found herself overshadowed by her family's legacy. The struggles continued when Margaux suffered a severe skiing accident, which not only caused physical injuries, but also led to significant weight gain. This change in her body image further contributed to her declining mental health. The combination of addiction, grief, and the pressures of her career created a cycle that was difficult to escape. Despite her challenges, Margaux's determination to continue her career in acting remained, even as she navigated the complexities of her personal life and health issues. Later in her life, Margaux Hemingway became a strong advocate for mental health awareness. After divorcing her second husband, Fuchs, in 1985, she entered a downward spiral that deeply affected her well-being. In 1987, she checked into the Betty Ford Center, hoping to find help for her struggles. However, despite her efforts, she continued to grapple with underlying issues that persisted throughout her life. Her relationship with her parents was strained, adding to her challenges. Despite these difficulties, she managed to reconcile with her mother before her mother's death, which brought some peace to her turbulent life. This journey through personal struggles and advocacy highlights her resilience and commitment to raising awareness about mental health issues. Her experiences serve as a reminder of the importance of support and understanding in the face of mental health challenges. In 1990, Margaux Hemingway posed for Playboy, hoping to regain the attention that had once surrounded her. This bold move came during a challenging period in her life. After the shoot, she moved to Santa Monica, where her friends began to notice signs of severe mental distress. Margaux's longtime friend observed troubling changes in her behavior, which raised concerns about her well-being. Despite her efforts to find a way back into the spotlight, the pressures of her past and the struggles she faced began to take a toll on her mental health. In June 1996, Margaux Hemingway tragically died of an overdose, which was ruled a suicide. Her passing marked the end of a life that had once been filled with promise and potential, leaving behind a legacy that included both her film career and the poignant reminder of her struggles. Sister Mariel initially denied that Margaux Hemingway's death was a suicide. Her reaction was filled with disbelief, as she struggled to accept the tragic loss of her sister. On the other hand, their father reacted stoically, showing little outward emotion. This contrast in responses highlighted the complex dynamics within the Hemingway family. Margaux's untimely death fueled speculation about the so-called Hemingway family curse, a notion that has haunted the family for generations. Many believe that the struggles with mental health, addiction, and the tragic ends of several family members point to a deeper, troubling legacy. Margaux's life and death serve as a stark reminder of the importance of mental health awareness and the need for empathy towards those who suffer in silence. Her story encourages conversations about mental health, urging society to break the stigma and provide support to those in need. The Hemingway legacy is one of both artistic brilliance and profound sorrow, emphasizing the need for understanding and compassion in the face of such challenges. Margaux Hemingway's life serves as a powerful reflection of the struggles faced by those who carry the weight of a famous name. Growing up as the granddaughter of Ernest Hemingway, she was thrust into the spotlight from an early age. With her striking beauty and towering stature, she seemed destined to become a household name. However, the expectations and pressures that came with her lineage were overwhelming. Margaux battled substance abuse and mental health issues, feeling trapped by the shadows of her family's past. The so-called Hemingway curse haunted her, manifesting in personal tragedies that mirrored the struggles of her grandfather. Despite her talent and potential, she often felt inadequate and lost. Her pursuit of happiness was marred by a sense of despair, leading to choices that ultimately culminated in her tragic end. Margaux's story is a poignant reminder of how the quest for identity and acceptance can be fraught with challenges, revealing the darker side of fame and the complexities of familial legacy.